Hello and welcome to another McFarlane action figure review. Today we're looking at the McFarlane Collector's Edition Jonah Hex and his steed, the general gold label in the corner there. Big box. It's actually the same shape or size box as the Girls' Nights Out, so I'm glad that some of the boxes have a uniform scale. That's good. Open this flap up and tray. Now I have reviewed like 1/12 scale horses before. We have a collector's card in there. I'm just going to leave it taped in there. And we have a stand. And this time the stand was not like glued onto the back. It was just like a little baggy. So that's good as well. That's a slight improvement in terms of packaging. So I've reviewed horses before from Figma, both official and bootleg ones. And the bootleg ones are a little bit like looser. So this is the first time I'm taking a look at a different brand horse. And of course, this is a 7-inch scale horse. So it's bigger. I can feel that it's heavier. I haven't had any of the previous horses like the Dark Knight one or whatever, or Builder horse. So this is new for me. And just looking at it now, the horse has a bit of texture on the skin, make it fur-like. The eye is painted quite nicely, and the hair is okay. It's a dark color. There's no wash on it. If I can put a wash on it myself, it's going to look amazing because I think the molding and texture is pretty good. This strap that he can hold on to is very soft plastic. It does have a slight shape to the side, but you can easily warp that depending on how you pose your figure. It looks quite good. A little bit blurry there, the molding, but if I paint it up, it should look quite decent. The paint is a bit messed up there on the strap, but the rest of the strap looks okay. I don't know why there's a bit of silver there. Anyway, moving down here, the seat, the leverness, actually looks a bit more muddy and poop-like than leather, but the silver looks nice. The backpack or bedding looks okay. So all of these little buttons and metal pieces are not painted. I guess this is soft plastic. They didn't want to put a hole through that, otherwise it'd be too fragile or holes fully belt itself. Yeah, so overall it looks decent. Just like any other McFarlane thing, I'm glad the budget went into molding instead of the colors. So, you know, I can add a little bit of paint myself and make it look, shall we say, 5 times better, 10 times better. So cool. Now this thing is glued on there and the straps, so it's not coming off, which is fine. Let's start with the back. Tail goes up, down on a slight clicky joint. It's a big softish plastic, so it's not hollow. Actually, but it would be better if this was like molded hollow, just so that it would be less heavy, but it doesn't affect the joint so much, so which is fine. But well, yeah, that's gonna, yeah, that doesn't stay if you're rotating it. So let's see, feet, clicky joints, fine. This is a big thing, so it needs that rotating joint there. You know, for horses, I'd much rather them stand really, really still. Now this cutoff is kind of stupid. I kind of wish it wasn't there, like a flat piece. So I feel like if I want to cut it myself, the horse can move its legs a bit more. It does not go forward, only a little bit. So can't really do a running pose too much. Let's put that back in its natural position. There, other leg is posed, I want to say posed slightly different. Front leg, very clicky. Okay, and there's a huge gap there, so it looks very unnatural. Same on the other leg, clicky. So I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to look. Okay. Head, well, neck, clicky. Sounds like a machine gun kinda. Does it rotate? No. Head rotates. It's on the ball. I'm gonna say ball joint. It goes up. It goes down a little bit. So there's a hinge in there somewhere, just like a regular action figure. It'd be so cool if this one also had a mouth joint, but it doesn't. So it stands quite well. If you want to get it in a more dynamic pose, suppose you put a stand on his tummy, it should do alright. I can feel it holding if you put a stand on his tummy. Aside from the horse, the other accessories comes with this giant blade. The gold is a bit of a pro gold, looks a little bit weird. We got a rifle here, mine's mispainted, it's got splatter brown there. There's no articulation in any of these, it's just a solid piece. We also have 2 revolvers. Again, mine has a splash of brown there, so it's mispainted. 2 of these, a small dagger. The white is the white looks weird, it's too clean, and a axe. We also have this alternative gun holster belt. So this one has a peg on the back, just like the other belt. This one holds the guns. The bullets and the buckle is painted, that's nice. On the figure already, we have a different belt for holding, I guess, the dagger and the sword. And on the back, I guess, the axe. So got 3 slots on this. So at no time is he gonna hold all of his accessories. The horse does have 1 slot there for something, I guess the shotgun. Figure has a soft jacket, no wires inside, although it does look like if I want to add a wire myself, it shouldn't be. It's going to be a little bit hard because it has this gap there. Maybe I hide the wire behind this stitch line, it should be okay. If I hide the wire up here, the bottom of the jacket is not stitched too tidy because the back pokes out. It's a very soft material, it drops down very easily. This is a very nice material for any capes and such, and doesn't hinder articulation at all. It also folds down very naturally, but it feels like it's starting to break already. There's no glue on the edges on the fabric, so be careful with that. Goes along the head sculpt is very nice, and the bad side of his face also painted quite well. The eyes look like it's digitally printed, so do the lips and the teeth. There's a dry brush effect on his hat. Moving down, most of the figure is just color molded. There's a bit of dry brush of dirt on the front of his boots and jeans, but there's none on the back. It looks too clean, except a little bit of yellow there. Haha, funny. Okay, articulation, head, up, down, sideways, sideways. Is there a clicky joint in there? No, there isn't. There is a little bit. Okay, torso goes back, forward, sideways, sideways. Okay, hand goes up. There is a butterfly joint in there. Now, since he's already wearing a jacket, you can easily just remove that piece and make it move a little bit more because it's hidden anyway. Full rotation, very easy. This jacket's really good. It's actually, look at that, I'm going 360 degrees and the jacket just automatically gets back into place. You got like different clothes figures I've had many times where you would move the figure up to a certain point and you gotta manually adjust the clothing so it doesn't get stuck, but not this one. Look at that, that's really smooth. Double elbow, hand peg, swivel, leg goes up, back, sideways. Cut a rotating joint there, which is mostly hidden because of the jean texture. Is there a little bit of articulation? No. Leg. Boot goes clicky, one, two. Okay, 2 clicks. Toe up, doesn't go down. Slight rotation? No. Okay, don't rotate. No, that's weird. He's got the regular joint, but toe does not. It's a round peg in there, but it's not rotating. Okay. Here's Jonah sitting on the horse with most of his accessories minus this on him. Rifles push into that. It's a little bit tight, but it has a good grip. Sword and blade on the back. And oh, I just unbuttoned mine. Didn't notice that. It would seem that this one would unbutton if you're trying to pose him a particular way. Okay, not great. Anyway, you won't see that when you're posing the figure, I suppose. But yes, the horse grip and tension on the legs are quite good, so I can just sort of hold the front and really push Jonah Hex down onto the horse. Slide these into the boots. The problem with no articulation on the boots is that his legs from the front, he's gonna look a bit silly. But you know, he can go in there quite well. So soft blade is warped a bit. Oops. So they're definitely regular problems that you might get from. Let me just get that handle in there. Maybe that'll be better. There we go. So you get some standard problems you get with some McFarlane figures, but it's not too much. And when it's on display there, it does look quite decent, and the jacket does hide a lot of the flaws and put some shadow over some of the bits that aren't sitting too well. Like, he doesn't sit all the way down, but from most of the time when you look at it, even on the camera, it looks fine. This figure looks really good on display. Just sitting there on the horse, he's going to be taller, he's standing on the back behind some of the other characters that are just posing. This is really good for the price that you get a decent horse, a good action figure with some soft goods. I think this is a really good price point, unlike that stupid Joker set. Yeah, Jonah Hex is one of those sleeper hit characters from DC. Like, you kind of forget about him, but when he shows up, he's just kind of cool, really awesome. If you like the DC universe, you like the Justice League, then definitely pick this figure up. There is a alternate color version of him that's out there that's also decent, but I prefer this one because this is the more, I guess, classic coloring look. So yeah, decent horse, accessories, figure. Check him out. Subscribe, just and comment below, because take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.